are in the mix with D Hall and the People's Show.
Coming to us out of studio today in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay. He is the #1 undisputed top talk show host on the air today. The voice of the People Show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is D Hall.
York production.
Hello to everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for being here today. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to get the thing set up right. Another Sunday, Combat Sunday. Man, we got a very interesting guest today on my show. And I want y'all to share the video one time. I am your host, D Hall of the D Hall People Show, in conjunction with my man, Jay York. But first and foremost, I want to thank my Heavenly Father for letting me being able to come on to you today, right here, and talk with you. Share the video one time. I am your host, D Hall of the D Hall People Show. Man, wow. It's been a heck of a week here in the Carolinas with a lot of rain and all that good stuff. But before we go, here is this. This is what I want to say. This is an online program. It's the work of talk and discussion. This is an online talk show that educates adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Some things may not be censored. Lies are not edited for children. So if you have kids around, make sure they be somewhere safe. I want to hear us talking that crazy stuff. But glad to have you here. Y'all share the video one time, if you will. I am your host. We got my man. Yeah. Hector Camacho Jr. We get ready to talk with him here shortly. I want to say this to you before I get him on. Don't forget Jay. Jay does a lot of things for the program. He does for me, and he does for you. Follow Jay York Productions. My man, he does a great job. And I hope that you do follow him, truly, because, he's the other half of this program. You might not see him a whole lot, but he is around. All right, let's get my man in. Thank you so much. Let's get ready to talk to my man.
It's Macho time, baby. Great to be on the D Hall, the People Show. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, man? Good to see you, Hector Camacho Jr. Oh, good to see you, man. Thank you for being a part of what we do. Me and my man, Jay York Productions. Hello to everyone that's coming in, man. But look, it's up. Look, you're great. You're looking good today, man.
I feel good.
Yeah, you look good, man.
You have God in your heart. You always feel good. That's just the key of life, man.
Amen to that, man. It's beautiful. I like that. I want to say hello to some people that are coming in right now. Hello to Hector Rico. Hello to you, man. Thank you for coming in. Chuck Metzer and Lamar Russ. What's up, my man? He will be on next Sunday. Him and his son. He's got his son is basketball player. We'll see him next Sunday. But look, Hector, before we go any further, before we get this thing started, I want you to tell the people who you are, my man, and where you're from.
I'm Hector Macho Camacho Jr. from Spanish Harlem, New York City. Professional boxer, boxing champion, son of the great, legendary Hector Macho Camacho.
Wow. That's awesome.
And above everything, I am a son of God. That's first and foremost.
Yes, sir. Amen. And that's the thing. If we put God first, guess what? We can go a long ways, right, Hector?
Regardless of the things we feel in life. Life is a test to test our faith. If you get punched in the face, get back up, keep fighting. That's the law of life.
That's it, man. That's it. So true, man. So true. No doubt. Look, I want to say hello to some couple more people. Then we're gonna get right into
Yes,
this
sir.
interview. Hello to T-Bone, Tyrone Dickerson. My man, y'all need to check him out. He does a lot of my well, he did this right here. This is the necklace that he does. He's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So if you want some necklaces, you want all that good stuff, man, check him out. He can do it for you, custom made. The Hall People Show. Shout out to my man. I'm always wearing his stuff. I always got to represent. Uh, Hello to you, Jackie Bowers, New Jersey, in the house, New
Jersey.
York, New Jersey. That's Hector, Spanish Harlem.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, here we go. Look, Hector, I just said it. You was raised in Spanish Harlem, man. Tell us a little bit about your background as a young man.
Well, growing up in Spanish Harlem, we drug infested, crime infested. I grew up in a tough time. It had its pros and its cons. Of course, being the son of Hector Macho Camacho was great, But along with that, it comes, two turf, it comes pros and the cons. Growing up Camacho Jr., I was being picked on when I was young. I was having people come up to me when I was young, point the phone, that's Camacho Jr., can I take a picture? So I was kind of like a celebrity young, not knowing why. My father was already in the top of the boxing game. But at the same token came the cons like, you Camacho's son? No, you're not. What you doing living in the projects? You're not Camacho's son. Why you living here in the hood? As I had those kind of things. And the other thing was, you Camacho's son, let's fight. So, it has its pros and its cons, but I am who I am because of where I'm from.
Right.
I keep my 10 toes to the ground because I came from nothing. And we strive to make some. My father did and I did to get out. So, that's always, I hold that to the heart. And whenever I feel down or things in life ain't going the way it goes, I'll go to New York City. It motivates me where I came from, where I got to.
Yeah, it motivates you. Yeah, exactly. And that's where you come from. Lamar Russ says, long time no see. He must know you, Lamar Russ. Yeah, must.
Unless you can knocking people out.
That's what he said, right? All right. Okay, good. You told us a little bit about your life and growing up in Spanish Harlem. That's great. You started boxing, man. You started boxing at 18 years of age.
A little bit younger than that. I turned pro at 18.
A little bit. Okay, tell me that.
How it started? Well, you come from Spanish Harlem. We didn't have much to do, so my mother didn't want me in the streets hanging out with the trouble kids. Mm-hmm. So they put me in the boys' club. I grew up all female. I grew up with my two aunts, Jolanda Marixa, my grandmother, and my mother. So I was Camacho Jr. Yeah, I had a little celebrity. I was young coming up. But they didn't want me in the street, so they kept me in the boys' club. So the boys, that's why I learned, play everything. Baseball, basketball, football, everything. Play chess, just to keep me out of trouble. And when we moved out of New York to Orlando, Florida in 1992, when I got to Florida, I went to school. When I got home from school, my mother said, son, what you want to do? You can't come home and do nothing. Mm-hmm. I said, Mom, but it's not like New York. I can go ahead and play in the league, play a football league, basketball league. We have nothing to do here in Florida. So my mom said, come on, let's go to the gym. I didn't want to become a boxer. I wanted to become a baseball player. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to fight because my father was who he was. I didn't want that pressure on me. I didn't want to go into the boxing. My mother pushed me to the gym. Come on, son. I'm not going to just stay home and do nothing, get in trouble. Let's go to the gym. So she took me to the gym. 1992, I kept on going to the gym. I was 14 years old. In 1994, I was the number one fighter in the United States, going to the Olympics at 139. Okay. And my mother pushed me and kept me there in the gym. So I went to Olympic trials. That's number one. I didn't make the Olympic team. So I turned pro in 96 when I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. So you had it in you to do that though. At first
it was in the blood. It was in the, my father. I have a great DNA. I came from greatness of DNA, but I didn't want to become a fighter. I didn't want that attention. I didn't want that. I didn't have to fight. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't want the attention, but it was instilled within you. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Why I didn't want the attention? I remember being around my father and having all these people around them. They'll talk to each other. They'll put them my father, talk bad about him. And my kind of picture. So I seen the world when it comes to fakeness. I seen that around boxing. I didn't want that for me. I didn't want that.
You didn't want that.
It was a hard life. So, people see the good side when you're on TV. They see the time when you fight on TV, but they don't see outside the ring what happens in life. I see my father go through a lot of things in life, along with the fame. So I didn't want that attention on me.
Yeah, you didn't want that. Yeah, I got you. You didn't
Yeah,
want all that. You didn't want all that shine on you like that. And because when you're in a spot like that, and that goes for a lot of these son father combinations,
yeah,
it's a lot of attention drawn onto you. And that was the same thing with you. I mean, it's a lot of son father son combinations, and
yeah.
you just happen, you just, it was instilled with inside of you, but you just didn't want that. And matter of fact, let's, not only was your father a three-time world champion, and you had an uncle. You had an uncle.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but you had an
Thanks for bringing
uncle.
that up.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Who also was a world champion,
Also,
Felix
bam.
Camacho.
Right. A lot of people didn't know this
Yes.
about you and your family, because it's in your it's in your DNA
Blood.
to be that. You
Like
got
the
your uncle.
Mayweathers.
Like, exactly, there you go, like the Mayweathers, and your uncle was a bantamweight. His name was Felix Camacho.
Felix Showtime Camacho.
Camacho. Yep.
Great fighter.
Yeah, he challenged, and a lot of people. We're going into history because y'all need to sit down, because we're going to talk about a little bit of history here. He challenged for the IBF World Title
Yes.
Championship
In Africa.
in
For
Africa.
Bundich.
Yep, yep,
Yes.
yep, yep, yep. And a lot of people didn't know this, that you had an uncle. And guess what? Let me ask you this, Hector. Knowing that you had an uncle and you had a father, uh, what gave you that drive? Did that give you a drive to do that?
You know what gave me the drive? D, I love it. You did your research. You're the first person that I've been interviewed by in years that mentioned that I had an uncle who's a world champion. That what motivated me. Because when people mention boxing, they mention Macho Camacho. They forget about my uncle. They forgot about my uncle,
Yeah.
who was a world champion too. I didn't want that happening to me. I made sure that I was, saying, that I'll be remembered. Because he was a great fighter, but people tend to forget about you once your career is over. And people, seem to forget that Macho Camacho had a brother who also became world champion, and a son also became champion. But that was my motivation. I didn't want to be left out
But you
and
didn't
be
want to.
forgotten. That was my motivation in boxing. Because when I was small, people just like, "Oh, that's Camacho's son. Oh, that's Camacho's son." I want to be known for me, Hector. So my goal in boxing was to be known for me. And that happened the day that I fought an HBO main event. My father fought on my undercard. So that was my world. That was my three-time world championship. That was done for myself. I
Yeah.
accomplished my own goals.
Because you wanted to get out of the shadow of
Yeah.
all that. You got your uncle over here, you got your father over here, and that's, it's like the shadow. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get out of that right there. You want to establish what
I
you
try to
want.
smarten up, and
Yeah.
I used it not as a shadow, as a light. Because I
Okay,
know
as a
the
light.
name Camacho opened doors.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I used it as a light instead of a shadow. I
Right.
took that pressure off me a little bit. I said, "Be the best I could be."
Yeah, gotcha. I want to say hello to some people because that's what it is. It's the people show, and I want to say hello to Jay York. Jay York, the other half of this program, my guy. And I want to say this again because I said it at the beginning of the program, and y'all want y'all to listen to this. Just give me a 30 seconds, Macho, of your time. If y'all would, y'all follow my man, Jay York Productions. He's the D Hall People Show also. When you just because you don't see him, don't mean he ain't there. He does a lot also to help this program. You need to go follow him and check him out, see what he's got going on, because he's a part of this program too. That's my guy, Jay York Production. Stephen Covell out of BWTV Boxing out of the UK. Big boxing page. He just joined us. Hello to you, Stephen Covell. Him and Craig Hugh. You know Craig Hugh. He fought your father, didn't he?
Yeah, Craig Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see him every time from Indiana. I see him every time. Good guy.
Hey, look, he'll pop up.
I believe he hit my father with a good shot, if I'm not mistaken. I think he dropped him, if I'm not mistaken. He owes me one. He owes me one.
Hey, you what? Let's get an expedition going on. Hector Camacho, Craig Hugh, huh? What do you think?
Yeah. Rematch. Why not?
Right now. There we go. Look, your father was a great champion, three-time world champion.
Yes, he is.
What was the one thing? What was the one thing that you can remember that helps you right now that he told you? What is it? What is it?
He told me so many things, man. Just believe in yourself. Don't
Yeah.
stop. Don't stop. He said, the day you stop and you think about everything, you already lost. Keep going forward. Keep that mind busy.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned so much from his wrongs, from the rights. I've seen a lot in his career. As a boxer, I learned so much. But as a person, staying humble, 10 toes on the ground. That's what I learned from my father.
Yeah.
No matter how big you get in life, remember where you come from. Remember who you are.
Yeah. Wow. And that carries on right now with you today.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and
it
I know
does.
it
It
does. And
does. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. And you know
yeah.
what? Also, what he left in boxing. If you look at boxing today, about 90% of fighters are wearing Hector Macho Camacho outfits, the boxing trunk. He's
Oh,
the first self-promoted fighter that came into the boxing world. Was outfits, the Indian. He was different.
he
He
was
was
different.
special.
He the only other boxer that I know that was in that category, and that was Nassim Hamed. You
Yeah.
know, that's the only other one I know is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But Macho, I mean, your father was what he was. Y'all
Yes.
need to go back and look. Go to YouTube. Look up his father. He was totally different than any other boxer in the world that I ever seen in my life.
Yes, he
Incredible guy.
was.
Incredible.
Yes, he was.
Um, wow, man. Let's get into some, your past history. You had some fights. What happened to the fight with and this is, I know it's a long time ago. What happened with that Jesse James Lahar fight? What went down with that?
You know what? That fight was one of the biggest fights in my career. Showtime fight, my coming out party on HBO. At home in New York City. The
Yeah,
pressure was building up. And during that time, I was in cruise control.
right,
I didn't really think I could beat me during that time. And when I signed the fight with Leha was about 36.
right.
In my head, he's an old man. I'll knock him out in 2, 3 rounds. I don't knock him out. So
Yeah.
I took the fight, should be easy fight, should knock him out. I didn't really give him my all 100%.
Okay.
There's no excuse, Leha was a
Oh,
great champion,
right.
legendary. I did a big mistake. My corners didn't have a cut man. After the fifth round, I got a headbutt. I called a cut a headbutt. I didn't have no corner. I had no doctor. I had nobody to take care of my cut.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And
okay.
during that time, I was blurred from the headbutt. I would tell the ref. Ref said, can you keep on? Yeah, I can see from my right eye, but I can't see my left. It's a little blurry.
Right.
Okay, go back to the corner. You ready? Gonna fight? You ready? You ready to come out? Yeah. Cool. You okay? He asked me again. I said, yeah. I can't see from the left eye, but I can see from the right eye. I'm okay. The bell rung. Bing. If you know boxing, once the bell ring in the 6th round, that's the start of a new round. If the fight do get stopped, go to the scorecards. And that's just what happened. Went to the scorecards, and I was up 5-0, so they gave me the win. I got a hell of controversy after that fight. The next day in the morning when I woke up, I went to the store, get some coffee. I grabbed the morning paper, Daily News, and the front said real big, Camacho Jr. a coward. That broke my heart. And I should have knew that because when my father fought Evan Rosario, when he first got cut, he got punched, and he got wobbled, people turned their back on him. So I should have knew that was coming in boxing. So after that fight, I just lost the love, the passion, everything I had for boxing, I lost it. I seen the ugly side of boxing.
Yeah, the ugly side. Yeah, the ugly side. And there is the ugly side. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a retirement fund. We have nothing, no 401k plan. We just get used and exploited and just next.
Yeah.
But beautiful sport. Beautiful sport.
Beautiful sport. Okay, here we go. July 2005. You and your father fought on the same card. What was it like for you and your father, man? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
Yeah, a hell of experience, but nerve-wracking. Cause I worry about my old man. My old man wasn't a young boy no more. He was in his 40s. His late 40s fighting. I said, "Pop, be careful." So when I'm watching him fight before I fight, or I go first, I'm worrying about him. How he's gonna look. It just took a lot of energy from me, but it was fun. The excitement.
Yeah.
I felt it every time I fought, and I knew that this is historic. But you don't see this too much in boxing. Father and son. So I knew. I embraced the moment for what it was.
Yeah, and a lot, like you said, you don't see that a lot.
No.
I don't know anybody else that did that, not professionally in boxing at this moment.
Chavez did a couple of times with his son.
Yeah, okay, Chavez. Okay, we'll go Chavez.
But yeah.
But you hardly don't see that. Question. Here we go. The people are popping in the questions. T-Bone, better known as Tyrone Dickinson, said, "What does your diet consist of?" He said, "What does your diet consist of?"
You know what? I'm kind of retired right now, so I'm Puerto Rican. I love my rice and beans. I love to eat. I'm a New Yorker. Pizza. I eat all that junk food when I'm not training, and it played a toll on me because the off season, what we would say, we're not gonna fight coming off season. That hurt me because I had to lose all that weight coming down for fights. But as I got older, I just learned to eat the right foods and just keep myself going. Now that I'm retired, I look at the foods nowadays. I'm like, wow. why me only fried food? I should be eating this plant-based food and take care of my body, give me more years, and et cetera, et cetera. So now as a retired person, I'm trying to change my diet out. Plant-based food. Maybe down the line, go be a vegan down the line. Because at the end, it's all about health.
Yeah,
wealth,
it's all about
that
health,
goes.
man. It's
It's
all
health.
about health.
Point blank.
Yeah, it's all about health.
So
Health, Hector, and you're correct. You got to be careful now, especially as you get older. Got another question for you, man. BWTV Boxing, Stephen Covell, out of the boxing page out of the UK. He says, "What did you think about your father's movie?"
now, we haven't done a movie yet. We just did a documentary that we put out on Showtime.
Okay.
About 3 years ago, we documented. We work on the movie now as we speak, but that's the whole nother conversation. We work on the movie now, but that's evidence. That's a whole bunch of, contracts and things. So we working things out now to finally give the Macho Camacho movie. So hopefully everybody be on the same page. We put it out. But my father's life should be told. It's a real underground story. He came from nothing, hard work, and believed in himself.
Yeah. And he was thrilling just to watch. It was excitement. That's what he was, Mr. Excitement. That's what he was. He was Mr. Excitement in the boxing ring, even outside of the boxing ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so he was great. Yes. He was excellent. I hope y'all need to go check this out. Go check his father out and check him out too, man.
The Macho story.
Christian Smith is on. He said it's Macho time. That's what he said.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best announced arenas I've seen. I've seen a lot of things in boxing. About 2 weeks ago, I was with Christian in Wyoming, and I watched him prepare for his for the event. Ring announcer. I watched him prepare. He was just in the zone. He just impressed me. We don't see those things as fighters. We in the dressing room, our minds in the fight. But it's the first time I go as a promoter and I sit down and I watch everything. And Christian, one of the best ringouts I've seen. I've seen him rehearsing, getting tuned up, and badass, man. Badass.
Yeah, he's tremendous. I had him on my show about 3 to 4 weeks ago. Christian is just a tremendous guy, well spoken, and can hold a conversation, interview. Great, perfect, great guy. Here we go. Got another question for you. Hector Rico says, "What would you advise a starting amateur to get to the next level, to a high level? What would you advise him? What kind of advice would you give him?"
Be a student of the game. Be a student of the game. Study the game. Like you're in homework, you're in school, you study. Same thing in boxing. Study. Watch fights. Study the business side of boxing.
Yeah.
And give it your all and believe in yourself. Most importantly, believe in yourself. You're always gonna have the naysayers say, "Oh, you can't do it. Oh, that's too tough." Nah, not you. Believe in yourself and put that work in. Time flies in boxing. Put that work in, and you're gonna see. It will pay off.
Yeah. Thank you. BWTV Boxing World says, great guest. No doubt. Thank you over there in the UK. Appreciate that.
The People Show.
Hey, that's what it's the People Show. Here's another UK stepping in the house. Dan Hewitt out of the UK.
Oh, that's my man, Dan Hewitt. That's my
Dan?
Guy, Dan Hewitt.
A
big shout out to UK. One of my father's biggest fan. He's like a brother to me now. We love him. Glenn Warbrown. My father passed away. He reached out to me and said, "I'm one of the biggest Macho Camacho fans. I watch your father. I watch you. I watch your uncle." And he became like a family member from the UK. He flew out. My father passed away in 2012 to my father's cemetery. Right. And every year, nonstop, he comes. Yeah. I got to a point that I am introduced to my father's family, to my grandmother, to my sister. And now he comes to Spanish Harlem by himself from the UK. He comes to Spanish Harlem by himself and hangs out in the hood. They love him there. Glenn Warbrown. They call him London.
Hey, London went in the house, UK. And I tell you what, that's what you call dedication to your father. Man. That's dedication. He got
tattoos on my father's arm. Wow. One of me. I'm not for it, but he did one of me. I love him. You see the passion, and I love it. Because Macho Camacho became a universal name. Like I was not so long. I went to Germany about 2 years ago, and then you knew who Macho Camacho was. I went to everywhere I go. Oh, you Camacho too. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Your father made it. He's just the person. He's got a great personality. He was just had a great
That's what it was.
Your daddy was. I watched the films. I never met him, but I could see the personality. He's just exhumed You know, and I mean, just beautiful guy, beautiful guy.
He was different. He had the curl in the front. He's the one made me even put the curl on his outfits. I said, I'm not wearing that. Hell no, Pop. But now I see he was ahead of his time. Because we talking the 1980s. He was telling me with the Indian outfit, the Trojan, the Gladiator. I thought, man, you crazy. But now I see he was ahead of his time.
He was.
Yeah.
Dan said, Hector Camacho, my man, it's Macho time. Love you,
I
brother.
love that brother.
Say,
A lot of good, real people, man.
Look, we're going to touch a little bit back on the box a little bit here. Why didn't you never fight from Fernando Vargas, man? What happened with that?
I love Vargas. He's one of my 1996 stablemates.
Oh, okay.
He made the Olympic team. I love Vargas. You know, it was out of nowhere because me and Vargas became friends.
Okay.
He was a Puerto Rico fine trainer. He called me a couple of times. When I was around, I see him in Vegas. You know, I'll call him up or whatever case now. So Vargas, we had a good relationship. And one time he came to one of my weightings, one of my fights. He said, "You know what? My promoter asked, would you fight Camacho?" Hell yeah. Camacho can hold my jock trap. And that triggered me. That triggered me.
Wow.
But that's a good friend of mine. You know, we still have that competitive mode in us. You know, that competitive action going nowhere. So, you know, it was a little thing. But I love Fernando. His kids are doing well. You know.
Great.
Good
Dude. Okay, good. Okay, got you. Man, this is great stuff right here. Glad to have you on today, my man Hector Camacho Jr. Look, brother, you wrote a book,
baby.
Look, he's ready. He's ready.
The horse show, people show.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother. You wrote a book about your father. What inspired you to do that?
I wrote a children's book.
Children's book
called Macho Dad. You can find it at BarnesandNobles.com, Amazon.com. You know, my father passed away. My oldest at that time was around 14. My youngest was about 2. And I didn't know how to explain to my youngest and my oldest, your grandpa's gone. You know, he's gone. They killed him. They murdered him.
Right.
And how great he was. And all these feelings aside, you know, that it's not necessarily a bad thing when you passed away. If you believe in God, you go to the next life, afterlife. If you do good, you know. So I was trying to explain to my daughters that, you know, it's okay, your grandfather's gone, but he left a big legacy. And that just led me on to doing a book with my co-author, my friend, Dustin Warburton. And, you know, it was therapeutic for me, man. I cried, you know, I laughed, just thoughts, you know. It was kind of cool, you know. When it came out, I just felt, you know, like, wow, all that weight off my shoulder came out. It was therapeutic, man. It was great.
It was great. Wonderful. Yeah, y'all go check it out. It's on Amazon. Yeah, check that book out, man.
My goal is keep the legacy going. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pushing forward. Because these young kids don't know who Macho Camacho is. They don't know Floyd Mayweather. So my job is to keep that legacy pushing, you know?
That's right. That's exactly right. Look, I want to talk about some fights, and then we're going to get into your foundation a little bit. But, hey, look, boxing, it seems like it's at a high. I mean, a next level high thing here, top level. Yes. What's your thoughts on boxing right now and how it's going?
You know what? I was kind of worried about boxing and MMA making a big stance. MMA, people love MMA now. They forgot about boxing. But these young fighters now are putting everything in the line and fighting each other. A couple of years ago back when Floyd was fighting, you know, those fights more like cherry picking. I wait to get older. I'll fight them later on down the line. Let's marinate the fight. Not now. These fighters are fighting.
They fighting
like it was back in the days.
Yeah.
And that's how boxing's back now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thanks to the young fighters, Teofimo Lopez, the David Haney's, the Tank David, the Ryan Garcias. Yeah. They're putting their balls on the line. And that's what you want in boxing. That's what we want in boxing.
Yeah. We got a big fight coming up this month, and I want to get your thoughts on it and maybe your prediction. Jermell Charlo moving up 2 weight classes, fight Canelo Alvarez. What you think about that?
You know, interesting fight. When I look at both fighters, I ask myself, who's the hungrier fighter? Canelo made millions. Canelo been on top for years.
Yeah.
There's no way he can be more hungrier than Charlo. No way. Now, when you look at Charlo coming up 2 weight classes, he's still the bigger man. Mm-hmm. The taller fighter. Interesting fight, man. Interesting fight.
Yeah, very.
Because he's a dog. They both brothers are dogs. They ain't shape. Nothing special. They come in to fight.
Yeah.
Canelo's great. I mean, I got to prove for Canelo for the experience and being there before, but it should be by no means easy fight.
No. Yeah. Okay.
It's what boxing needs.
Yeah. Okay. You've got that. Okay. Great. You've got Canelo there. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right.
Mm,
My prediction. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take. Wow, it's a good one. Um, he
it's a
can't.
good
He,
one.
he can't go toe to toe with Canelo. I mean, I'm talking about just all out war. I don't think that'd be a good idea.
I don't think so. That's Canelo's fight. That's a Mexican fight. But this American boy can box. He
Oh yeah,
has great skills.
he's
He
got
has
good.
speed.
He's got the
He has
skill.
the goods to beat Canelo. Either brother
Yeah,
has the
yeah,
goods to beat him. Either
yeah.
brother. Either one.
Exactly. I will say that, and I'll
Yeah.
take. If it goes to a decision, I'm gonna take the Charlo. I'm gonna take Charlo. If he's go toe to toe, I gotta go with Alvarez. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, wow, we had a great fight back here in July, the 29th. It was Spence and Crawford. First thing first. What did you think about that fight?
Hey, Crawford made me eat my words. He made me eat my words. I always tell people, like, when that fight first came out, I didn't know who to pick. The only thing I said was, for Crawford to win, he has to be special. For Spence to win, Spence has to be Spence. Put the pressure on and dig the body and put pressure on. That's all you have to do to win the fight.
Right.
But Crawford showed that he is special.
Yeah.
I mean, I was amazed. I didn't expect that fight to be done like that at all.
Me either.
I once had an ass whooping? No.
Me either, brother.
No.
Hey, look. Okay, he exercised. Part two of this question. He exercised his right to do the rematch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be at 154. Not sure about that, but what do you think? If they go to 154, do you think it's the same thing, or do you think it's a different fight, but Crawford wins?
You never know with boxing now. The first fight, no way in hell would I ever thought it would go like that. Second, I mean, Crawford must be more, in tune. He must be, he knows that I'll put my hands on him, and once I hit him good, it might be over. I mean, I don't know. I salute both fighters for definitely put everything in the line. Both fighters make another huge payday. If I was Earl Spence, I would say forget about it. He came out 2 car crashes. He came out his ass whooping.
Yeah.
Enjoy your money, enjoy your life. You made it to the top, brother. No more, but not a big payday. You gotta go forward. So,
Yeah.
I see the fight going the same, but I wouldn't be surprised if Spence is bigger this time and stronger and makes a fight out of it.
Yeah, I think he'll make a fight out of it, but I still think that Crawford wins the fight.
Amazing.
I think he'll do better, Spence, in this round. That's my personal opinion, but I think Crawford still wins the fight.
You hit on the head, D. You hit on the head. Yep.
Who's the best heavyweight right now in your mind?
Well, without a question, you gotta say Tyson Fury. Somebody beat him.
Right.
Without a question, you gotta say Tyson Fury right now.
Yeah.
Then you get the Wilders who's there, who've been beaten 2 times by Fury. You get the the OTs. I mean, I'm gonna say I'll say Fury right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Sure. Yeah. That's good picks. I'll go with.
And times are flying. Getting older now, so a new king should be coming up soon. I don't know if it's the baby Anderson will be the new king coming up, but it's hard to call it.
Yeah, it's hard to call it right now, but right now at this moment, my man Tyson Fury.
Then you got fighters from the UK now.
Let's talk about the UK.
Asian fighters. Boxing become international now. You got fighters from everywhere. Dominican fighters recently became world champion, like 2 of them. So we're in a stage now that racist, fighters from different countries taking over.
Yeah. And there's a fighter from China. I think he's a WBO champion. I can't think of his name, but he's over there. So you got, as you said, it's that heavyweight division. It's explosive. It's different fighters from different nations. So it could be anybody. But Tyson Fury. I'll take Tyson Fury right now. He's got a fight coming up too. Also, I forgot the name of that guy he's fighting, but
you find an MMA guy.
Yes, I think that's what MMA guy. MMA. Yeah.
Blame your favorite fighter, Floyd Mayweather, for these kind of debacles going in boxing right now. That's what started. But Floyd, you give Floyd a pass. He deserved it. He fought anybody. He did everything.
Yeah.
Only he could do that. Floyd could do that. Take exhibitions and fight MMA. He deserved that position. Yeah. But not happening over boxing. That happen every day now. You got fighters fighting MMA guys. I mean, look at Jake Paul. I mean, so it's
it's all about that money. I think it is.
Entertainment. About putting butts in seats.
Exactly. BWTV Boxing, Stephen Covell says Zhang. That's the Chinese fighter over there. Zhang.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
I knew
Yes.
it was
Big boy.
somebody. I just couldn't get the name right. Here we go.
Yes.
We're going to talk about you got a foundation, uh,
Yeah.
and it's all about helping the kids and all that. Hands up, guns down. Can you just touch on that just a little bit?
Guns down, gloves up,
Gloves
guns
up,
down.
yeah,
Well,
something
I,
like
I started a Macho Foundation. My father passed away. You know,
yeah.
they murdered him, and I started it. I want to put an end to this gun violence. It hurt me. And I teamed up with a good friend of mine, Kevin Oliver, whose his son also passed away from gun
Okay,
violence.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we've been working together, man, pushing the word out, getting the word out, bringing awareness. And every time I go back to the hood of Spanish Harlem, I talk to the kids. I help out.
oh
I
yeah,
try to be a mentor to them.
yeah,
Chill with the
yeah,
guns, man. Back in the day, we used to fight with the hand. You had a problem with somebody, fight. You live to fight. You live to fight another day. And stopping the
yeah.
violence and people dying from gun violence and stopping it. The number one death in the world right now. You
Right,
know, you can go
yeah,
outside and have fun no more in the summertime because you got bullets going everywhere. So
right,
those are the times that I push. I push hard for that. And me traveling, thanks to boxing, boxing gave me a lot. I traveled different countries. I seen the needs in a lot of countries, man. The Dominican Republic, Panama, Puerto Rico, my own country, Puerto Rico, gun
yeah,
violence everywhere. It's really because the money issue, the
yeah,
economy.
yeah,
So I try to do my best, help out. And now I finally joined forces with Kevin Oliver. We got a gym coming up called Intensity Fighting, which is geared up to get the kids off the streets.
yeah. Intensity fighting, yes,
Yeah,
intensity
we
fighting,
geared up
yes,
together to get the kids off the streets and really make a charge, a push. We're
right.
doing this in Greenberg, Indiana, which is the number one place right now for gun violence, for
Wow,
deaths. So we push it
wow.
hard, and we open a gym up and give kids a home
Home, exactly.
and
Great,
meant to be a G, not just a gangster, a G as a gentleman.
gentlemen. Exactly, exactly. That's great, y'all. And you're doing a wonderful job with that. And Kevin,
Oh
he's
man,
I spoke with him
that's my
today,
man.
and I'm sorry he's not on right now, but
I
we
love that man.
talked. And, he's all for it, and he's with it for the
Yes,
kids and all that to help the kids.
yes.
And all that. Y'all check my man out, Hector Camacho and his foundation with Kevin Oliver. It's truly a thing that they are trying to push and push out right now, and all that good stuff. And
Yeah,
for sure,
that's our job as OGs to give back to the young generation. Be a mentor, talk to
exactly.
them. That's our job. I have
Yeah,
daughters out there in the streets. And hard time sleeping at night with so
yeah,
much going on. So I'm
yeah,
not worried about my kids.
yeah.
Everybody should be. We live in
Exactly,
bad times right now.
exactly. T-Bone said they need more G as in God. Amen. Amen.
That's better than gentlemen. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. That
it
happened
sure
as
is.
soon as they took the Bibles away from the Bibles out of the hotels in the schools.
Right.
That's just where we at right now.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Uh, Hector, are you fighting anytime soon?
Once a fighter, always a fighter. I always get calls for fights. I think about it, ask my family, should I not? I still feel young. Like I said, I'm not beat up. I got 70 fights.
Right.
Um, I live a good life. I don't party. I don't drink. I don't go out. I'm a
Right.
homebody. I'm a servant of God. So let's see. Once I'm always a fighter, I still feel sharp. I still feel lively.
You feel-
I have grandson now, so I would love
Right.
to put him in the boxing. So for me to do that, to go back in the ring and show him, hopefully like, some interest in boxing. But yeah, if I get a good call for a good fight, let's say a Floyd Mayweather exhibition, family affair, I'm on it. Like
Okay. Okay.
those kind of fights, yeah, I would do. But go back in
Okay.
the ring and fight, somebody, no big name. I'm not looking for that because it's a lot of work. I need
Right.
motivation for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
A
you.
lot
I
of wear
understand.
and tear in
Okay.
the body. You
Yeah.
get to the
Yeah.
40s and get a lot of wear and tear. You wake up in the morning, everything cracks. It ain't the
Oh,
same no
yeah.
more, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay, I got you. That makes a lot of sense right there. You get something like an exhibition fight, for something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That
But
makes
I
a lot of
do
sense.
have that George Foreman dream. I'm 44 right now. I still have that dream, become champion before the age of 50. I feel like I could still do it. I have the DNA. I believe I could put myself in a training camp and get myself ready with the right food, nourish my body, take care of myself. I can make a serious run at the
Okay.
right weight class.
Okay. Okay. Great. That's wonderful. And we definitely, if you do that, let us know. We would definitely
Yeah,
would love to be a
yeah.
part of that. If you did that, Latrell. Knight out of Mississippi, Southern Soul artist, good friend of mine. I want to say hello to him. Thank him for coming in and joining us right now as we wind this down. Uh, Jay York says, keep pushing all the way, fly, fly the flag of God now. Yeah, yeah,
Amen.
exactly.
Amen.
Uh,
J York Production. Thank you, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did a fantastic job. Y'all go follow my man Jay York. And I'm gonna say this again. Y'all make sure y'all follow him, because he does great work. He does it right here, just for everybody to see, and and all that good stuff. How did you come up with it? Well, I don't know who came up with it's Macho time. Who came up with that?
My father came up with that himself. It's macho time, and I just started the slogan saying it's still macho time. Keep the legacy
Okay.
going.
And it's still Macho time, no matter what.
And you hear the Chicago Bulls back in the day. What time is it? Bulls, everybody's losing it, But hey, it was just something he's to motivate himself. The family's always saying, "What time is it?" Macho time. It was just something that it's like a chant for us.
Oh
And
yeah.
45 years later, it's still a chant. It's still big for me. It still means a lot for me.
It
Sometimes I
does.
tear down thinking about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Latrell said he was a huge fan of your father's. That's what he was saying, for sure. So he's going to follow you also.
I appreciate
Um,
you, brother.
yeah. Um, I want to touch on this a little bit, and then we're gonna get out of here. I want to say, your father, great guy, and he got murdered. Is that correct? Right? He got murdered.
Yeah, he got murdered in Puerto
Okay.
Rico. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
can you
if
think
you was
back?
a Macho Camacho fan, just from his lifestyle, explosiveness,
Yeah.
it was sort of you knew if Macho Macho was going out, it was in this kind of fashion going out because his life was explosive. His life was, what I'm saying. He's one of those type of guys, and it's a kind of saying that he reached the top, but he just couldn't get the streets out of him.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he gave so much to people. Like he was a good person. He always give, and I don't
Give
know.
it.
I don't know the real story behind it. I don't put
Right.
the blame on nobody. I just blame the streets because the
Streets.
streets are for cars. There's another thing. It's not for us. Streets are for cars, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
Either you go to jail or you get dead in the street. There's no in between. I never seen a retired drug dealer in my life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 I mean, you hitting it dead on the head. I mean, I never seen one either. I got to agree with that. Um, it's just I just hate it, because I enjoyed him, and I think not only me but the millions and millions of people.
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't want to bring up any memories, but I just wanted to speak on that just for a moment.
What hurts me that it happened in Puerto Rico,
Yeah,
in hometown. Now, it would never happen in New York City. Never. It
never
happened in Puerto
exactly.
Rico. And that's why it
Exactly.
hurts me. At
Yeah,
home.
yeah,
At home. Not in New
yeah.
York. Not in Washington, D.C. Not in North Carolina, where he's loving the states. In Puerto Rico.
In
I mean,
Puerto
that's
Rico,
just.
yeah,
And there's so many cases in Puerto Rico that goes without really finding out who did it. This is another lost case. That they took like 4 or 5 guys, they arrested them, but I'm still not convinced that those are the people who did it. But then again,
yeah,
my father's gone, so what can happen now? He's gone. Nothing gonna bring him back. So I
right.
just keep pushing
Yeah,
forward.
keep
Keep
pushing.
pushing
Yeah,
forward.
right. Yeah, I just want to touch on that, man. I don't mean to disturb your
No.
greatness today, but I just
Mhm.
wanted to talk about that for a hot second.
Yeah.
Here we go. Latrell Knight said he was a larger than life person, but the leeches wouldn't let him go. The leeches wouldn't let him go. All right, brother. Look, man, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, Macho. Any questions for me?
I want to say thank you. If any people like you, the D Horse Show, people don't know who the hell I am. Fighters want to be known for people like yourself who interview us. So I appreciate that. I want to give thanks to my sponsors,
Oh yeah,
BCBG, Border City Music Group, D'Angelo, Kevin Oliver, Gloves
yeah,
Up, Guns Down,
yeah,
Eric,
yeah.
Jay Horwitz. It takes a good team to get somebody going forward, and nothing can be done without a team.
Yep,
You can't say I did this.
yep,
No, it's
yep.
a team.
And,
No,
and then you're right.
it's a
Yep,
team.
yep. And
First thought is a team.
yep. And you know what? I'm 100% because I got a team, and that's Jay
Yeah,
York. You
but
know,
you the face. There's a
yep,
team.
yep, yep. Uh, without this, the way we have grown, we came from nothing to something, and I thank my heavenly Father for that. And I
Yes.
love what I do, and
Yes.
bringing people on, helping people. That's what me and Jay do, But we don't want to be used and abused. Now we ain't no fools. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? We ain't no fools. Uh, last but not least, Mancho, what
Yeah.
does the D Hall People Show and the J York Productions mean to you, my man?
It means a lot to me. Like, you gotta give me the stage, the platform, to speak up, to let people know what I got coming up, my projects, and give me the time to speak. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I got new fans now who
Oh yeah,
checking me out. Probably
oh
didn't know
yeah.
who I was. Knew my father, but now they know me because of who? Because the D Hall and the People Show. So it means a lot, and I appreciate that.
Thank
I
you,
really
man.
appreciate that.
Hey man, it's an honor to have you on. It's an honor to discuss you and your father, and how you came up throughout your life. We started from the beginning, come all the way down, talked about boxing, right here, man. And if it's anything that we can do, me, Jay, let us know. We'll be glad to help you, in any type of form or fashion, man. We really appreciate you coming on,
Great,
man.
great. Well,
Thank you so
next time
much.
I have a fight, I'll definitely reach out to you if I do sign for a fight. Hey, D-Hawk, I got this going on. I also got a couple things going on. I also got the TV series coming up,
Okay.
Growing Up Camacho. The TV series about myself, me
Yep.
growing up being under the shadow of Macho Camacho. Another couple projects I got going on, but that another time we'll talk about.
Yep. Okay. All right, man. We'll catch you later, man. Thank you so much for coming
Macho
on.
time, D. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. See you next time, man. Wow. Great show, man. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank y'all for joining us, man. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate y'all coming on, me and Jay, and watching us, and being a part of what we do right here on the D Hall People Show for you. We do this for you. We work hard and put stuff together. As I said before, go and follow my man, Jay York Productions. He's a part of whatever I do, whatever we put together. What we put together, then that's what we do. And we bring it for you. We'll see you next Sunday, for sure. I got a little 12-year-old kid coming on. Him and his father. We'll discuss that. See you next Sunday. Thank you so much. We'll see you. Appreciate it.
You are in the mix with D Hall and the People's Show.
Coming to us out of studio today in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay. He is the #1 undisputed top talk show host on the air today. The voice of the people show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is D. Hall.
J. York